Welcome to the 7th session of our Centers of Hope training conducted by Military Outreach USA. My name is Jim Mukoyama, and I'm a retired Army Major General, disabled Vietnam combat veteran, and founder of Military Outreach USA. Today we will cover Chapter 8, Owning the Present, and Chapter 9, Embracing the Future of the Warrior Hope Program, which will complete Unit 3, which is about peace. What action do you take when you approach a traffic light? Do you stop, approach with caution, or go? Hopefully, your answer was, it depends on the color of the light facing me. Consider a traffic signal can also represent how you deal with mental, emotional, and spiritual trauma of military service. Which of the following represents you in life right now? Consider a traffic signal such as, which of the following represents you? The light is red and I am stuck. I cannot move forward from the past. The light is yellow and I want to move forward. It isn't necessarily, but being overly cautious, I keep getting caught in the red. The light is green, and I am moving forward. It isn't necessarily clear sailing, but I am making progress. So everyone wants their signal to be green. So let's take ownership of the present, let go of the past, and move forward. Always keep in mind that you have to maintain the whole health healing process, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Our focus cannot be one-dimensional or two-dimensional. It must be all-dimensional. Now, here are 5 practical suggestions that will help you make the transition from being controlled by the past to owning the present. Number 1, face the past. Put it behind you. Number 2, obtain forgiveness from yourself if necessary. 3, find your battle buddies. Don't go it alone. 4, fight for the present. Take on a mission, a purpose. You are fighting for your family, your fellow warriors, and your future. And 5, forge ahead. Look to the future. Here is the story of Dr. Luann Bourne, a psychologist and mother of a warrior. If you look at the slide, you'll see her story, which appears in our Invisible Scars DVD. Her son was in a firefight with the Taliban. They broke into the house, and the house was all dark. You couldn't see inside. And the Taliban fired, so her son, who was at the head of this group, and his fellow soldiers returned fire. Now, there was all kinds of desert dust and smoke, so you couldn't really see anything at first. When the dust finally settled, shock occurred because they saw a body of a dead girl that the Taliban had used for a human shield, the coward shield. The moral implications of all this overwhelmed Dr. Bourne's son, and he actually called his mother and asked her, can she get him out of there? After he came home, suicide attempts were made, not only by her son, but members of his team. He was able to get into an effective program with a small group. He finally shared his experience with his fellow warriors and with civilians and warriors around him, hugging him and crying. Each hug followed with, "You are forgiven." At last, the soul healing had begun. The future awaits you. By putting the past behind you, you can own the present and turn your face towards the future. Remember, your mission is ahead of you, not behind you. President Abraham Lincoln said, quote, "The best thing about the future is it comes one day at a time," unquote. In that spirit, anticipate it and embrace it enthusiastically with gratitude. Your mission is in front of you, not behind you. We will now discuss Chapter 9, or Embracing the Future. Your future begins in your present. Do not sit back and simply wait for your future to unfold. Plan for it. Plot out your mission. Act on the plan, and then make adjustments as necessary. You did that when you were in the military. Whatever destination you eventually reach should be determined by your direction based on your mission. You might have to adjust along the way, but keep mission focused. Planning to be on mission includes 3 important considerations. First, where am I? Second, where am I going? And 3, how will I get there? Now notice, none of the life questions are about your past. Live forward. The past just explains you. It doesn't define you. In the military, we have been training on how to react when we find ourselves being held down by the enemy. Use that training in your life now. If the past has you pinned down, don't give up. Take these actions. Make the needed adjustments so you can move forward with your new mission. Call in support. Reach out to your battle buddies. Get counseling. Trust family members and friends to have your best interests at heart. Remember that the past does not define you. Becoming a civilian is a new life mission. Never go it alone in your walk forward and in planning. Become a member of a new team. Embracing the future also involves realizing that deployment can be difficult, but so is reintegration for many. Why do veterans tend to have such a strong need for a mission? Unlike their peers who did not join the military, recruits are shaped by the military to have a sense of mission, remembering that they are now all volunteers. They are taught there is a purpose and meaning to serving, and it best takes place in a group environment. It's not an accident that when we are in the military, it's called military service, because we are all serving our society, our families. Likewise, as you have participated in these sessions, you should be looking at addressing your future. Be prepared to encounter obstacles. Your past training can guide you in dealing with them. Simultaneously, you need to address your medical situation, always keeping in mind the whole health approach, mind, body, and soul, especially your spiritual health. Our Foxhole Soul Counselors are available to assist you with the latter. You have now completed the first 3 units of our Warrior Hope training: healing, opportunity, and peace. Our final Unit 4 follows, and that subject involves empowerment.